I'm back with a new skill, and that is sewing. This is one of my first two projects that I completed. It was turning some cargo shorts that my son is not using anymore into a skirt. So stay tuned. So I am turning these old cargo shorts into a cargo skirt for one of my daughters. Now there's some stains right here that we are going to take out. I started off seam ripping the inside, so now it's just a panel. I used a seam ripper. Some people just cut through the seam, but I like ripping the seam. That way I can have more fabric to work with. I do not have my tripod for some reason, so I'm going to show you how it looks and how I'm going to sew it together. Let me see if I can kind of. So this is basically a panel now. See this? Now I'm going to turn it inside out. And then this is the right way, front and back. But I'm going to turn it this way. And now you could see how I'm going to close it out right here. And then I'll be closing it out on the back here. But I'm going to use a ruler so I can make an accurate line. And I kind of have a little system on how I do that. So working on the inside, so if you have a little, you mess it up a little bit, it's fine. I'm using an acrylic paint marker, but you can use whatever type of marker you have. If you want it to wash out eventually, you can do so. So basically I'm just going to line up my ruler to where it starts curving out. I'm just going to make a line here, and then I'll do it for the other side as well. Let's see if I'm still in frame. Okay. So I'm just going to line it up. Okay. Line it up. Right the line. And this is what I have here. And that'll be what I'm going to sew or close up. And then I'll eventually cut this off. Gonna do it to the other side. So here's my line for the second side. And like I said, I'm just going to sew this down. I'm going to cut this off, and then we're going to close up the hem on the bottom. So I'm going to get that going now, and I will come back. Sorry for the bad ankle, but like I said, I cannot find my tripod. So this is my phone posted up against a water bottle, and that's as good as it's going to get. So basically on the lines that I made, I'm just going to sew down once and then sew up once to secure the stitch. There are fancier ways of doing this, but if you're just learning, like I said, this was my second project. I'm doing things a little bit different now that I'm, gaining the skill. But if you just want a quick project to kind of like test your skills and, develop skills actually, I think this is a perfect simple project. I only have one son, so these shorts were actually, I believe, a large, and I thought the length was good enough for my 5-year-old, and because it has a drawstring, it worked perfectly, as far as cinching the waist, and that's something that I didn't have to do like so extra. So just cutting off the sides, seam ripping it. I think I made a pretty good skirt. I mean, we're not going to wear it out of the house right now. Maybe for playtime, but other than that, I really like the way that it came out, and it's good for a little 5-year-old that wants to be running around all over the place. Now, after I sewed both sides down, I cut both sides. And one thing I would do different now is leave a little extra space, iron that down, and then go through with a secured stitch on both of those sides that I would have, had extra of. But as of right now, she's worn this skirt plenty of times, and She runs around a lot and it's held up pretty well. So this is just a tip I learned after watching other videos and something I would do different next time I make something like this. So this is a completed project and I would say it took under an hour to do this. It was very quick and simple and I hope you try it. Tag me if you do at Vibesol Creations. If you are a beginner sewer, I would suggest you follow for more because I am definitely going to be posting more sewing content. Have a good day, y'all.